All right, let's see if that worked. Let's see. Okay, that looks good. No, it doesn't. Man, I'm dropping like 30% of my frames. Test 2. All right. Let me think. Let me think. So I reset my router. It's possible I need to. Okay, man. I don't think it's that. So I'm dropping frames now. I. It sounds good. Yeah, you just Discorded me on stream one time. Anyway, I guess I just gotta hope it goes back. But yeah, I ran a speed test, and my download speed's good. My download speed's like 100 megabits per second. My upload speed's like 1 megabit per second. I'm wondering if there's something wrong with. Okay, hold up. It's better now. All right, now we're sitting at about 20, which is okay. All right, we'll go with it. We'll see if it's better. Anyway. Yeah, no. Usually it's like 20. Or usually it's like 40. Like 20 right now. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. If it's causing problems, let me know. Yeah, I'm connected via Telegraph. I don't know what's going on, honestly. I'm wondering, so we've had some storms, and they've claimed to kind of fix some stuff. Yeah, I'm connected via smoke signals, actually. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with my connection. It's bouncing back and forth between like 500 kilobits per second, 4,000 to 6,000 to 8,000. It is all over the place. I think I'm gonna kill my vertical stream. It might help. I don't know if it helps, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go. All right, so what I did is I just went ahead and during the break here, I went ahead and created a new function down here to calculate the elemental impact. Okay, so I need to return elemental impact at the end of this, right? So the first thing I need to do is, let's see. I don't have elemental impact as a thing, which is fine. All right, so I need to walk through here. Yeah, so break line 311 up. This line? Oh, stream delay. This one. Yes, I agree. Well, okay, so basically we have... I see what you're saying. So you're saying I should have like variable... Wow, so you're saying like break it all up. Yeah, I got you. So if we go attacker... Okay, so he would say... elemental damage equals... That makes sense. Way easier to read. You are coding for intent, not function. Understood. Now it's clicking. Elemental resistance. And then so the contribution is damage minus elemental resistance. Yes. Cool. So then you have the elemental contribution. Attacker got get. Yes, it should absolutely be attacker and defender. Dot get. You are correct. I think actually it's funny because I think character would also work. because character this is in the damage node, right? But it should be defender. Defender is more accurate here. Okay. Bug found. You get your points for today. I'll make sure the paycheck gets to you quickly. It's in the mail. Okay, so element damage is this, elemental resistance is this, element contribution is this. Now, I think what I want to say is if element contribution is greater than 0, not this, right? I don't actually care about this. If element contribution is greater than 0, because, yes, exactly. Yep, it should be clamped between 0 and the value. So yes, that's a good idea. Clamp 0, comma, the value. No, we do not want negative numbers, which is, that's funny. That's actually the bug I was running into, was essentially I had it all in one big line. And so what I would end up with is I'd have big negative numbers, right? If someone had 100 fire resistance and I wasn't dealing any fire damage, it would just deal a bunch of fire damage. So just damage plus equals, oh really? Oh, okay. So you're saying leave this like this, and I can just do elemental impact. That makes sense. Plus equals max 0, comma, elemental contribution. Does max work? Okay. It does simplify some things here. But then I don't even need that. Then we need this if statement. Enroll the total in the while loop. So you can just enroll the total in the for loop. That makes sense. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad here. Elemental impact equals 0. Yes, that makes absolute sense. Because it's a float. Cool. So then, yeah, I'll go through, I'll add all of there, and I'll return the elemental impact. And that should return a number. It would actually be a... it's going to be an... what I need to do is return this. I need to take this and at the end of it, divide it by 100. I'm guessing I should go ahead and split this out and say elemental impact equals elemental impact divided 100 by 100. I'm guessing there's not a divide equals, right? So that'll give me essentially a multiplier, which is what I'm looking for. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 0 and end ends the amount of butt that was kicked. That makes sense. Okay. Man, I'm still dropping like half my frames. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what's going on. Hopefully it's hopefully it's working. Let's see. We'll try it. Let's try it. Divide equals 100. Okay. Well, it doesn't hate me for it, does it? It might. Parser error. Expected expression after plus operator. Add a decimal to ensure a float. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, yeah. It definitely needs it. It'll get mad for sure. What doesn't it like here? Plus equals. What if I do this real quick? Is that the error I'm getting? That is not the error. What is this expected expression after plus operator? Maybe it doesn't like this. Does that fix it? Shoot, that gives me no information. No, there's no line number. It's just like, hey, we got a problem. But it won't tell me what it is. It's because I have the game running. No, it's fine. It's the game crashed because I was literally editing code while it was running. Okay, this looks pretty good though. I'm gonna test it by taking physical damage off of Arya. I'm gonna add fire damage, right? And I'm going to take Ember. I'm gonna leave her like this, but I'll add some fire resistance afterwards. Actually, yeah. Look at that, coding for intent. That is so much easier to read. That makes sense. Yeah, that's a lot easier to read. That's super helpful. I appreciate it. Look at you, mentoring on a Wednesday. What are you doing on Wednesday night? Mentoring. With half my frames getting sent to the nether. I don't know what's going on with my frame. I've dropped 12,000 frames in the last like 11 minutes. I bet this looks so choppy on stream. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, whenever you said coding for intent, I had no idea what you're talking about. But then after we started doing it, I understood it. So, okay. Because my video card can't encode things pretty well. Maybe my upload speed, like if I run my good if I run my my code, right? Like if I run if I run a speed test, it definitely is showing that I'm like 1 megabit per second for some reason. Something's going on with the lines and I have no idea what it is. I'm getting 117, 118 download speed. Okay, I'm getting 20 now upload speed. Maybe there is. Maybe there's something wrong with my graphics card being garbage right now. It's fine. Good. Yeah, I'm not sure because my upload speed looks okay. It's fine. I'll fix it later. My computer may just need a restart. Today's like the one day I didn't restart my computer before I stream. Usually I restart it. It's running fine here though. Okay, so right now I'm doing damage, right? The normal amount of damage. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna increase this fire resistance to 100. Oh, I got destroyed. Okay. All right. Yeah. I think it'll work. I feel pretty good about it. Let me go around over here. I don't want to get killed. I have to get a hit in. It's kind of hard to hit from the front. Okay. Yeah. My code now makes sense to humans, so it should work. Yep, so you can see down here already. Well, you can't see down here. Let's see if I have... Right there. You see that? Can't. Here, let me make it bigger. Look at that. 0 damage. 0 damage. If I cancel this and I decrease back to 0 fire resistance. I don't know if it loads this fast. It probably should. 10 damage. Perfect. Look at that. It worked. Amazing. Cool. All right. That's way better. And I think if I do this right, I'm about to get destroyed again. If I do this right, whenever I do this, it should come up and say resisted. Ah. Okay. I'll run back over here. And when I hit it, it should say resisted. Yeah, resist. Look at that. Perfect. Oh, I actually dealt a little damage on a crit hit. That's interesting. I mean, that's cool. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. What's going on there with this debugger 212? I'm getting these errors. And I don't actually know what they are. They're from, I guess VRM is my the the file type for my models, for my 3D models. I have some debugging to do. I'll figure it out. And then all of these. So Godot throws an error anytime you don't use a variable. So I have a lot of just dead variables that I need to either remove or annotate. Yeah. So only 2 actual warnings, which I need to figure out. I have a process method. Oh, yeah. With a parameter that's not passed in. Let's look. That's probably a pretty major challenge. But yeah, anytime you're not using... Let's see. Yeah, so anytime you're not using ones, if you don't put an underscore under it, it'll throw an error. But yeah, I might have to check. There's not a search on debugger, which is kind of weird. I don't see that process one though. I could be missing it, because that could be a big deal. All right, man, my attention span is like 0, lunatic. Hey, Waddle Bottle, good to see you. Having issues with the animation scripting you need some help with? What's going on? I'll see what I can help you with. Okay, so that's good. That's one bug down, which is great. Let's look for the next bug. Actually, let me clear that bug because it probably still shows up as a bug. Yeah. And look at that. We can remove. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, lunatic. I've got the same code in multiple places. But check this out. That's really embarrassing. Okay. Why am I even doing it like this? What is this? What is going on? Oh, I'm multiplying it by my affinity as well. No, I don't need that. I don't actually have abilities anymore. It's from an old thing. If only there was a way to share code. That would be absolutely amazing. Well, check this out. Calculate elemental impact. Attacker. Character. Hey, look at that. We did it. With some sort of interface. Yeah, that would be amazing. You have a crouch and a crouch walk. Crouch walk and release the direction. Does crouch animation from the start. Need it to be in a crouch idle state. Sorry, yeah, if you're trying to post a link, unfortunately the links do not send and I actually don't even see them. Let me think. So, okay, so you have a crouch and a crouch walk. When you crouch walk and release the direction, it does the crouch animation. Oh, you need it to essentially go to the crouch idle state. Here's what I recommend. Check this out. So here's my character. I think I know what you're saying, right? So she's sitting in an idle animation, right? She's just idly sitting by. She's actually in run animation right now. So the way to do that, let me turn off my animation tree real quick. Let's see, let me make that not active here. Active, not active. Okay, so the way to actually, no, I'm sorry. I need the animation tree active. Okay, so this is all running out of this run node here, right? And so what you have set up is something like this. You're in 2D. Well, unfortunately, I don't actually know a lot about 2D here, but I imagine something similar. I think you can do something similar here, where essentially set you up a blend tree is what this is called, right? You're using sprites. So if velocity is 0, go to crouch idle. I think that's all you need if you're using sprites. I honestly don't have a lot of experience with 2D. I went straight to 3D, and sorry, I'm dropping frames like crazy. Oh, let's see. I don't want a for loop there. You're right. Thanks, man. Lunatic is keeping me from crashing hard. Oh yeah, lunatic. They were trying to go from so right now, like how I have her. Let me show you. So people were asking kind of what you're doing, Waddle. So I'm streaming multiple places. So he was asking like how I have her like when I'm in the middle and not moving. This blend tree is based on velocity. I think you can do something similar. Like Google this on sprites, right? I think even on sprites, Lunatic has some experience with 2D. So you could jump in our Discord. Here, let me do this real quick. Hey, Lunatic, and watch. I'm gonna show you this real quick. If I go to invite people, right? One thing to note, I have no idea why. But yeah, check out our Discord. Lunatic is basically my mentor, and he's great. So if you want to go check it out in the Discord, I bet you could post your problem there, and someone will be able to help you. Let me send you that link. Here you go. Let me know if you have issues accessing that or if you have any other questions. But yeah, I think this is what you're looking for, and it works well for 3D. I think it would work well for 2D as well, right? It's just based on velocity. You would just switch sprites. All right. Dozens, literally dozens of hours of Godot experience. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Tens of hours over here. So I'm sure we can figure it out together. But feel free to post it in there. All right. So good catch. Good catch on this. That's good. Man, I have so much refactoring to do. What is this? Who wrote this? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We'll deal with it later. Okay, no, that's good. So that should help me with my elemental impact. I think I cleared the bugs, and now we're on to the next one. Today's gonna be kind of chill, I think, working mostly bugs, trying to get rid of some of these things that are kind of hanging out. Spell emitters are broken. I don't know if that's true anymore. I might have fixed it. Let's see here. I don't actually have abilities anymore. I did have a function that was abilities, right? And I still have all the buttons for it. Essentially what I would do is if it was a spell and it was more like on the elemental side, it would be a spell. And if it was like extreme focus or something, I'd put it in the ability side. The way I did it instead was anything that was like not humanly possible in the real world just became a spell. And it really helps clean things up. Nice. That's it. Animation trees. That's what I'm using. Yeah, animation trees for sure the way to go. That's a good video. Thanks for sharing, Lunatic. So if you join our Discord, Waddle Bottle, there's a video in here catered for you. You can check it out if you want. All right. I did update my jumping, so I don't jump 10,000 feet off the ground anymore. And my collision box actually updates with my feet instead of there. I still have this problem, which this is off the edge of the screen. I'm gonna check real quick and make sure my spell emitters are. Oh, I should have picked up a rod. I'll win this real quick. I'm gonna make sure my spell emitters are working because I have that bug, but I think they're working. I do want to update them. So right now they are. My spell emitters are. I'm gonna get killed. Right now my spell emitters are. They produce particles, right? Which, I mean, it looks okay, but I have some ground effects that are also particles, and I think I want them to be decals. I'm gonna go ahead and buy a rod here. Very good. I can cast some spells. I did finish implementing that system, so you can buy things now and gain money, and every time you win, you get 100 gold. Well, 100 gold times whatever wave you're on. You can get a lot of gold fairly quickly, but you don't have anything good to buy yet. Let's see. So I guess I'll just do like ice. I do think it's working fine. Maybe not. I mean, that's a little glitchy. Yeah, my spell emitters are okay though. I mean, it's glitchy. So that's where I need the decal. You saw how it like populated on the ground, but it didn't follow the curve, like the contour of the terrain. It needs to follow the contour of the terrain like these. Let's see, I will cast some spells on here. I don't know what that magic is all that viable right now. 0 damage, interesting. Wonder why it's dealing 0 damage. It's off for 2 frames. That makes sense. Maybe I shouldn't be streaming this part. I need to go back to streaming the code. Oh, interesting. Okay, so there are definitely some glitches here. Spell emitters are broken. I'm making a tactical RPG. Yeah, Waddle Bottle. So from what you can see through the half of the frames I'm dropping, definitely some Final Fantasy inspiration. So what is going on here? When I spawn an emitter, let me see something real quick. I'm gonna look at my output here. I see multiple places that are, let's see. So here's where my turn started. How to advance priority. I switched to action set battle controls. Miss Magic. That's where I casted ice. This is where the cell got printed. So this is this right here. Your use of string blah something makes you incredibly uncomfortable. This right here. So you want it to be, you're looking for like this. Like you like this. So yeah, I could see where that would make you uncomfortable. The reason is I want to create, let's see. So here it does look like I am clearing the emitters before like killing them, before I'm using them, which is interesting. I really mean the other uses. You mean like my damage and resistance lines that you just helped me with? No, I like them there. Okay, so the reason I'm using those, if it makes sense. Yeah, I do that, I think. I'm pretty sure I do. I do at least for the status effects. Let's see. Let's go back to my spells. So let me go back to this. On 176. So I create a new instance, right? I instantiate the node. I give it a name. No, yeah. No, call them all out. Call them all out. And I'll go back at some point after the stream and I'll come back and review it. Yeah, your code's pristine. How's it going, Nasty? Hope Nastya, sorry. How are you doing? Good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you pop in here. But yeah, I've seen your code, Lunatic, and no, it's pristine. I am nowhere near there. So I do think I don't actually add it. It looks like to a parent. Oh, I do. So yeah, so I create a node attachment and I add it to a parent. So I am doing that right now. But it looks like for some reason I instantiated it and then immediately afterwards I deleted it. I'm not sure why. Because it's saying that magic. So yeah, it's saying magic spell is null. So I actually passed a null parameter into spawn emitters. Let me follow back spawn emitters here. So I need the name because I don't want two nodes. That makes you like super uncomfortable. Oh, nice. Very, very cool. Where are you vacationing? That sounds fun. I need a vacation sometime soon. Writing good code is making me need vacation. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. So yeah, the reason I give it a name is so that it deconflicts with other nodes. Maybe I don't need a name on it. I feel like there was a good reason I was giving it a name. But I'm not sure why. Yeah, Lunatic, I've got so many hours of vacation too. Italy, nice. Nah, Italy'd be nice. So enjoy. I do like Italy. Italy is a great country. Have you been to Italy before? I'm assuming you have, but let's see. All right, we're gonna try it without a name. We'll see what happens. That's not where. Yeah, so we'll try it without a name. I wonder though why I'm passing a null parameter into spawn emitters. Let me see everywhere I'm calling spawn emitters. I do call it a bit. I guess there's only a couple points. Third time leaving the country. Nice. No, that's super exciting. Yeah, Italy's beautiful. You're gonna love it. That's awesome. Well, hopefully you enjoy it. Okay. What all do you have planned? Where at in Italy are you going? So I have this active magic. Oh man, you're gonna hate this. I hate this. This is part of my code I really hate. I did this. I hacked it together. Like hopes and dreams are holding this code base together. Lunatic. Print waffles. Put a breakpoint. Yes, that makes sense. But I also don't want to hide this bug. And I could always like throw a bug. Oh man, this I'm embarrassed to show you this code, Lunatic. So here's what's going on. I first off, all this code you see is in my process function, right? I'm very embarrassed about that. First off, second off, active magic, right, is not set within any of these. Okay, it's set. Yeah, it's set within confirm attack, which gets triggered somewhere else. So I've got it does trigger a state machine. So theoretically, it shouldn't ever pass a null value, but obviously it does. So yeah, that's unfortunate. What I need though, I think I could put that null value here. I mean, here I can just do this too. Yeah, I know, Lunatic. It's falling apart. I know. I can do this at least. Else, I don't want to move on. I don't think. So I think I want to stay. So I think here actually what I'll do is say if this and active magic. I want to slowly start cleaning this up a bit. Maybe I don't even want to pass. Actually, you know what? I think I can say if not active magic. Code path to the crash. Well, the code path to the crash is just a single thing here, but yeah, this is it right here. If not active magic, what I'm going to do is, for now, I'm going to go ahead and... Do I end it? Probably not, because I don't want it to end. I'll throw an error. Is it debug.warning? Warning. Push warning. Spell with no active magic. Break. Yeah. Cannot use break outside of a loop. I'm not in a loop. If I want to leave switch break. So you're going to Foggia and then Milan. Nice. I've never been to, is it Foggia? Never been there. I've been to Milan. Milan's awesome. What concert are you going to? Sorry, we're deep in deep in coding. GD script's weird, I guess. It doesn't like break. Now, I mean, it's a switch case, but it's also just in my regular process function. I'm not like in a very, so yeah, I guess there. What I'll probably do is just go to Maj state. None. I might just set my Maj state to final cast and push the warning. The only problem with this is I'm going to forget about it and then something's going to happen and it's going to do it. I might go back to Maj state None. Which will at least give me my active magic. Oh, I should have my active magic. What? So it should have printed debug info equals string. I do print my debug info here. I have miss magic. Oh, that was because I missed the spell. It didn't print that, which is kind of weird. It should have printed active magic dash character. Yeah, I don't want to hide bugs with more jank. I agree. Agree. So let's see. Interesting. Nope. I guess it does not support breaking halfway through a block. Okay, so I guess, okay, let's think about this. So I must have gone through this chain, which is fine. That's good, actually. So I wouldn't have got the debug info. That makes sense. Huh. I wonder why it doesn't. It might be just because it's in process or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe we need to add a bug report to have them incorporate that. That's pretty cool. That would be nice here. So, something functions. Got it. So, process, cast spell. Oh, actually, I could do this. I could leave my match case because that's nice and process. I'm sure they'll get right on it. I'm sure they will. Okay, so yeah, each of these could be a function, and they probably should be. So essentially, if effects on, say, do like activate magic effects, right? Is that right? That's not quite right, because I do still need... Okay, so let's talk through this. Here's how this state machine works. Okay? Yeah, no, I agree. So the state machine, if it's doing nothing, it's doing nothing, right? It's just resetting itself. When I'm casting a spell, this is essentially the animation. Yeah, I'm telling you. This is essentially the animation where it's... I'm casting, right? It's charging up the elemental things that are coming in, right? And I'm just casting. And after I get to a certain point in my animation tree, to flash point. Oh, flash point. Nice. Good reference there. It's going to go to flash state. Flash state, this is where the screen flashes, right? There's animations that my character is doing within here. And I'm setting my... I'm triggering a couple signals here to do things like turn on make the screen flash and so on, right? Effects on, this is the next set of the animations. So this is where I start spawning the emitters. This is where I actually make the spell pop up. And then final cast, this is just the final bit of animation and closing out. If I have screen shake, it turns it off and so on, right? So it's a lot of this is just animation controllers. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. I do like that. So let's start with effects on. Yep, agree. Wide, not deep. Effects on state. I don't know if any of this is going to work is the problem. Okay. All of it works. Oh yeah, because I'm not actually defining any variables in there. Okay, so if effects on, effects on state. Good, we got somewhere. Maybe so, lunatic. Maybe so. Okay, I could define each of these and probably should real quick. Final cast state. Okay, none of this should change my code, actually. Yes. Oh, you're saying they should be in their own function, so I can't merge and mash together variables? Yeah. Yep. Understood. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. No, and yeah, I wasn't discounting this. I think this is very, very good. Flash state. Mainly, I just want to make sure. So this would be a lot easier to manage here. And I imagine we'll resolve some of the bugs as we go through here. You should have seen this. Okay, hey, before though, I need to pull some of my, like the old version of this node from Git sometime and show you. Oh man, I think you'd throw up. Like it was so bad. Before I had these state machines, there was this giant function in process. I bet it was 12 if statements deep. It was so bad. So what you're seeing actually is relatively good code compared to what I did have. Man, I want to show you. It's really bad. What is this one? Casting state. Casting state. Oh, that's so bad. 8,500 lines of code. All right. Now the last one. I mean, do I really want a function for this? Maybe if it's none, do I really? Well, okay, I guess. None state. I want a none pizza left beef. It's gonna keep things clean over here. None state. Yes, you do. I know. It is a valid state. It is a valid state. Okay. That's good. No, it's valid. It's valid. Or I guess I'm gathering some debug info. I may be able to clear this later. We'll make that determination later. For now, I have this, which is not bad. It's not bad. So it's just going to match the current state. And then it's going to execute within that state. That is a much better process function. One cool, hey, I want to get your opinion on this too. I've seen someone do this, right? Tell me what you think. Is that how they did this? No, they did it. Is that how they did this? Expected function name. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they did like. Does it have to be underscores? Okay. So then these show up. Oh man, it's not in order. Why is it not in order? Oh, it's because it's. Shoot. It's because it's alphabetical order. It's kind of stupid. Function blah. So what I wanted was for it to show up over here, but the problem is it's not in order. So I would have to do this and like add these. It's probably not worth it. I mean, we'll leave it. Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. I saw someone do it. They were posting about it, but they had all the underscores, I think, and it was all in order and nicely organized. There is a group, like you can say, what is it, function group? Group. I can't remember how to do it. I'll have to look it up. You're supposed to prefix all private functions. Ooh, interesting. Really? That's interesting. really? Okay. I'll think about, I mean, I'll do it. So basically that's the structure. Why do they want you to prefix all of your functions with an underscore? What's the goal there? Just to tell you, that way if you're using it outside and you use an underscore, you know, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and run this code real quick and just make sure I didn't break anything and just moving stuff around. And then we'll, no, I understand, yeah, it's just like a coding standard. I just didn't know what the rationale behind the convention was. If there was actually good rationale or if it was just kind of something silly someone came up with. I guess it could make sense because, yeah, if you call it from outside, you know, you would know. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just a convention to help you know. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it would be good to go add some conventions. Hey, I actually have green. Never mind, I spoke too soon. As soon as I was saying I have green signal, like I'm not dropping any frames, I started dropping a bunch of frames. Oh, I need a rod. I gotta fix that tween thing. Next game. Yeah, definitely not the end of the world. Maybe I'll feed it, I'll feed all my code to ChatGPT and say, hey, make this follow GD script conventions. Okay, I gotta look up that game, yeah. It looked good. It looked good. Alright, let's see. So far so good. We're gonna cast some lightning here. A little bit off. Okay, I need to see. That's part of that. All right. So we're back to the same thing. So I still... Hold up. I still cast this. I wonder if... I know. Yeah, I could do that. The low price is $0. Yeah. I might check out JetBrains Rider IDE. I should do that. I know. Yeah, I should check it out. Okay, so I wonder, do I call this before at all? Like anything with magic spell? I do. So actually, hey, what this is actually telling me is between here, right, where I am calling magic spell, and here, I'm deleting that node. So I need to see where I'm deleting magic and see why I'm doing it there. No, I'll check it out. Not right now, but I will check it out. Let's see. So let me see where I'm deleting my magic nodes here. Okay. On casting magic complete. Okay. Anywhere else? So that must be where I'm doing it. Oh, I have instance.queueFree. Is that? Oh, kill emitter. Interesting. Okay, so something is calling kill emitter. I think this is actually where it's doing it. Well, that's killing the instance. That's not killing my magic node. So it must be this. So this must be getting called too soon. Ah, interesting. Ah, that makes sense. After the... Oh, interesting. So it should only ever kill it at the end of the frame then. That does make sense. I wonder if I'm waiting frames there. Could be the last frame that removed it. You're right. But I don't know why, like here. See, I don't have any weights because like here it's checking this and it's valid here. Like here, let me actually add some print statements in here, and I could print magic spell, right? Oops. For loop. I guess I'll do it right before the for loop. I don't want to do it in there. Magic spell. And then we'll say check 2 magic spell. And check 1 magic spell. That is really good to know, yeah. So I don't see like where I'm waiting frames here, but yeah, if I'm queuing it to delete, then why would it delete in the middle? Oh, right, I see. So in the prior frame, I could be saying, hey, go queue it to clear it, and then just those frames, because I don't think that, like, this is an outside function, right? Something's calling spawn emitters. It's probably not in the same frame necessarily as the prior one. They could be asynchronous. But yeah, I'll follow that chain. Let me try here running this. I'm actually gonna go real quick. I'm gonna turn off cinematics. See if we can figure this out. First off, let me cinematics enabled off. Dang it, I wasn't fast enough. It loads it when I start the game. Loads that variable. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's really good to know, I think, about the queue free there. Yeah, I wasn't considering that. I thought I didn't know why it was called queue free. I just didn't really think about it. But that does make sense. That is helpful to know. Now I know. That way I have it. All right, let's see. Let's go cast lightning here. Because it seems to happen with lightning. I don't know why she's resisting lightning too. She might have a lightning ring on. I'll check. I'll see if fix that. That's so bad. Okay, it happened again. So I should have collected some data. Check 1. Okay, look at that. So before the for loop, it existed. You're probably right. I'm one of the elite 5% now. That's great. I feel like part of the crew. Okay, so this did exist for every time here, but for some reason here, it's null. Okay, so that means it's getting deleted somewhere in here, which is interesting. So it's got to be, I need to follow back where I'm queuing the free. Let's follow this back. For magic node. Okay, so this is where I'm queuing it. Let's follow the signal. Casting magic ability complete. Okay. Okay, so there's a ability complete signal in here that I'm sending. Casting. Okay. Right here, ability complete. Why is anything freeing anything? Shouldn't the node free itself? So it's okay. So here is why it's freeing. So this is part of my like prioritization functions, right? It should, when I finish casting the spell, it's queuing up to free it. The reason is I don't want it to hang out as an object, because all of the objects go into a prioritization queue to be triggered, right? So I can show you what that looks like here. So even with it dead, I think I can still show you. Let's check. I have a prioritization queue. You can actually see the queue by turning it on here, which is here. Where's that? Not player info. Priority container. Oh, it's on. Oh, okay. So it's... Wait a second. Oh, remote. Sorry. I have it turned off over here. Priority container. I don't know if it'll let me see it or not with it technically dead. Yeah, it won't because the code's not actually running. I'll show you what it looks like though. So ultimately I have a prioritization container. When you cast a spell, it essentially queues it up to say, hey, when the spell's ready to cast, like everything has a counter. Every tick, it adds the counter for speed, right? So every spell has like a casting speed basically. And it's running alongside your character speed. So they're all counting ticks together. So whenever you cast a spell, it needs to clear itself from that prioritization queue. So let's see. I'll just go get in battle real quick. I think this is good to talk through to make sure I understand how everything's working still. This is code I built a long time ago. So I'm like reaching back into to my mind here. Queue itself. So essentially what you're saying, what you're suggesting is at the end of its life, it should kill itself. Should free itself, sorry. Okay, so let me real quick. Let's go here, turn on the prioritization container so you can see it. This is what it looks like. Okay, when I go cast a spell, it should remove itself from the queue. Yes. So you can see it, right? You see it up there in the prioritization list? That's when it will cast. So I need to... But I guess I see what you're saying. Queue manager dot pop. I do that, and I guess it's stored in two places, right? The nodes, yeah, I actually think this one, I may be able to be a little simpler. If it's a real queue, it looks like it's not a queue. Yeah, sorry about the low FPS. It's a prioritized queue, so like I can skip it, I can pop things into it. It's not as simple as, hey, throw it on the end, right? It does a simulation. The way this works is it does a simulation to determine where in this priority it should be. Like calculate for each future priority. It does a simulation, determines where it should be, or calculation, and then puts it into the queue, and then advances the queue forward, if that makes sense. But the node itself, I guess, I mean, the instance needs to be on there, but the node itself, probably not that important. So I could have it queue itself. Need a class for this. I mean, yeah, you're saying create a own custom class for processing. I have its own script. Yeah, I mean, I actually do have a custom class for magic spells. So all of these nodes, yeah. So that basically is an action queue manager. I don't know, like, yeah, I could call it a class, right? I'm not sure Godot, like, maybe I'm just not as familiar with using class, like in GD script, using class. I understand, like, if I was using Java or something, I would have classes and functions in those classes, which I think is basically what these are. I probably could, yeah, have subclasses here, but I do have item types, right? So my spell nodes in main.gd, I'm not, this, yeah, it's not in main.gd. Yeah, I need to read up on Godot classes. Let's see. Yeah. Understood. I've come a long way not using them. But yeah, I probably need to use them. But yeah, so I have definitions here for like this, right? So this is a magic spell. Hey, I am using classes. Look at this. I'm using classes. So this is a magic spell. So on here, I could have the definition for when it frees itself. How would I do that though? I mean, I could, if I had a script in here, it will do it. But how does it know? How does it know when it's ready to be freed? Just a signal? So essentially, if I get a signal that says to free it, it'll free it. So on free request. Oh, doesn't like. Oh, it's a resource. Man, no, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work because it's a resource, actually. It's a definition of a spell. But this is a node. This is where it should be. Sorry, I was thinking of the wrong spot. So cast magic is when I create a node. Hold up, I gotta think through this real quick. No, so the resource, the magic definition, that's what defines my spells, right? So my magic definition is this, right? This is my defined magic spells. But then I have, and sorry, I'm trying to remember some of this. Then I have cast magic, which is the actual node itself. This is when I create those nodes that need queued to be freed. This is what they are. So this one has all of this information in it. This is what I'm actually creating, and this is what's being queued to be freed. So yeah, I could have on free request, and I can send it a signal when I'm ready for it to be freed, and then I can delete that other function. So that if I go back, yeah, I think the spell. So I think the problem is, I think the animation or the particle emitter. The particle emitter would know when it's ready to be freed. Does this have access to its particle emitter? Because basically I need the particles to emit, and then after the particles are done emitting, they should free this. Let me follow where let me follow the bunny trail real quick. So let's see. Okay, so this right here is waiting to essentially add randomization when I have more nodes. Let's see. Yeah, so I agree. I'm trying to think real quick of what would know that these are ready to turn off, right? And so here I turn the emitters on. So emitters equal true. Instance. Hey, instance would know. So yeah, I can connect instance. Literally, what's deleting the item in the queue? Let's see what I'm doing right now to delete it. Obviously, I'm deleting it too early, but I do think I can probably, I'll come back to this, but I do think I can track instance, right? And instance will know when I do this. So I have open emitters. I have a function here, and when it's done emitting, it should be able to kill the node. But that's okay. Let's go back down here to priority container. All right. So this, oh yeah, it's my state machine. So on my state machine here, I go back to casting magic. So here, oh, I get a signal called attack complete. Well, I trigger attack complete, and that's linked to character magic attack complete. So then I go to character magic, and I go find attack complete signal. So this is in final cast state. Okay, so that's the problem. Right now I'm sending attack complete. Man, I'm so glad I split these up. So right now I'm sending attack complete whenever I finish my animation, but it actually shouldn't be based on my animation. It should be based on the emitters for the spell. Okay. That makes sense. I do need to trigger attack complete, but attack complete should not trigger to destroy the node. So when I attack complete, that's fine. I can send ability complete, which that's inefficient as itself. That's a good one, lunatic. Okay, so I think what I can do though is I can clear that connection. So I don't like that, obviously. Actually, let's fix it and then I'll clear the connection. For now, let's go to priority container here. Actually, do I have that? Yeah. I do need this still, actually. I still need to go ahead and reduce the priority of the caster by the attack cost. That's not right. Oh, shoot. Okay. This may be... That may actually be leftover from when I had abilities implemented. This may be a different bug. I mean, I still need to fix this, but this may be a different bug. If current magic.max priority is 0. Okay, I don't think I'm ever hitting this because my max priority for that spell, let me check that lightning spell. Max priority shouldn't be 0. If it is, that's a bigger problem. This was for lightning. Max priority. The charge time here. Okay, so no. Yeah, so max priority is definitely not 0. So I don't think I'm actually hitting that. Yeah, I'm doing so the reason I'm doing underscores in some places, it's mostly when I'm dealing with signals. So my convention is if I'm sending a signal to an I think I have them backwards. If I'm sending a signal to another function, I use an underscore, and the reason I do it that way is because that's what Godot automates. Like if I tell it, hey, go grab a function, it automatically, or send a signal and generate a function, it automatically generates underscores before it. So I just kept that convention up. But obviously, there's some deeper rooted something that I need to go research. I don't know if I was actually killing it right there. And the reason I think that, yeah, symbol handlers are just functions. Understood. Let me print statement in here and try this again, because I actually don't know if this is the spot that's breaking it. Maybe it doesn't matter because I mean, I could test it. Print. You tried clearing the node. I don't think I'll actually hit this. I think it'll still break and I won't hit this. That's my guess. Oh, that makes sense. Ah, okay, that makes sense. So I'm passing a signal and then it's a private function because you're not calling it directly. You're handing it a signal and that signal is executing that private function. Okay. That does make sense. Man, my 50% dropped frames. I'm sorry about that. I need to... Next stream. I think I just got to reset my computer before every stream. Usually I do, and it works out well. I did not this time. All right. Here, actually, let me do this. Man, this code base though is held together by duct tape, hopes and prayers. It's a nightmare. We're cleaning it up though. I really went like full, just throw stuff in there. I'm glad you're impressed there. It was, some of this stuff was cleaner too before I implemented like Steam API, but I think it was at a point where it still didn't clear. So it's clearing somewhere else. I do, yeah, I see it now. You changed my mindset real fast. Now it bothers me a lot. I think I had like a good mental picture of the code base I had. I think I'm still gonna grow quite a bit in terms of code bases, right? I'm at like almost 19,000 lines. I think I'll grow more, but I think anything bigger was going to be really, really hard to manage. So yes, that broke. I expected it to. Yeah. Okay, good. So, I mean, that's not great, but it's okay. So now I need to figure out what actually is killing it then. Why is magic spell going null? Oh, hold up. What if I just have code out here that says, hey, set magic spell to null? That would be a problem. Okay. I don't have anything setting magic spell to null. So it is, okay, of type previously freed. Okay, so I cannot access magic cast, but magic cast is definitely part of my magic spells. Cast magic here? Yes. The magic cast is part of this. So this is this class. Yeah, I need to do that. Man, I got so many things I want to do. If I started from scratch, I do feel like I would end up with a much better code base. But it's all right. It is okay. It is okay. Effect? I don't think it would be effect. I don't think it'd be instance either. I don't actually see where I'm clearing. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, because you're always getting better. So it does make sense. I'll check. I don't think it's this. Because I could clear instance here. Right? Oh, so, ooh, interesting. So I am linking. I'm already connecting. Okay, interesting. I'm already connecting kill emitter. I have notes for myself. Okay, should I use get children to grab all the emitters and then connect kill emitter to all, or just have the emitter kill itself once it gets kill switch? Hey, okay, lunatic. Completely independently, probably months ago, I thought this should happen. That's, you know, not always right, but you know, I'm not too far off in most cases. So most of the time I can at least know what the right answer makes sense, even if I'm not all the way there. Let's see, but the node, the magic spell node is killing itself, is freeing itself from the queue. I gotta check my language here. Apologize. Okay, cool. See you in a bit. Let's see. So, why is this? Why would this happen? Magic spells, magic cast. Okay, so this is... I think I can actually connect it to this. Oh, wait, hold up. Instance, particle extras. Dot erase emitters. Dot connect. Okay, wait. So let me go to particles extras. Particle extras. Do I have that in all of my spells? If magic spells, status effect. Pass. Otherwise. Where's particle extras coming from? Welcome back. I just came to the realization of something. And that realization I was coming to is what might be happening is that it's casting some of them. And I actually do have... Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, I do work with a lot of devs. So I pick up at least the mindset and the processes. Maybe not the execution, but we'll get there. So I am connecting a signal already in here to erase emitters, right? To connect to this. I'm wondering if there is a function in there. I need to go check what this erase emitters function does. I'm wondering if it also clears the spell. And so maybe what I'm running into is that the first one is supposed to kill the spell, but it's just doing it multiple times. Comment out, see if it breaks. I'm sure it will. What I want to go do real quick before I do that is I want to go find this particles extra node. I actually don't know what it is. I don't remember it. Particle extras. Get parent queue free. Okay. Okay. So this is for my particle emitters. That would kill the emitter, but not the spell. Unless it's adding to the spell. So let me see what this node attachment is. That's just a new node I create and puts it in my particle collector. Yeah, cover your eyes, lunatic. Can't handle this. This is kind of what you're telling me to do, though, right? It's extending this. This should be a class, right? Should have a class for a spell. Is that how I do that? Now it's a spell emitters class. Is that right? Let's see. But where am I actually killing the magic spell? Let me do this. Let me print magic spell in here right before it's messing up. And I'll say in for loop I in for loop. That makes sense. Yeah, now I can reference that as a strongly typed node. So I can, all of these nodes, like when I add a new node here, I could reference it as strongly typed. Makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna resolve this bug before I'm done today. Then I'll probably finish. I gotta think. I'm trying to think back to, because this is so poorly documented, I've got to think back to when I coded it. I implemented a teleport function, by the way. My node. Oh yeah. So, hey, this is the node type. Okay. Let's see here what this output says. I'm really curious why when it's doing this, right? Okay, let's look at this print. So it's doing it on the first one. And yeah, it's literally called freed object. So something is freeing it, but it's working all the way to here, right? Like I have this node called lightning, and it works all the way to here. So it must be, okay, I think it's got to be within my prioritization killing the node. Because I'm pretty sure my priority container is the only thing. Do I have any other queue frees in here? No, maybe in the priority list itself. Look at that. Okay, yes. This is where it's at. Why didn't that show up in my oh, because it was called delete node. Okay. Okay. So here's what happens. It's pulling from my array, my queue, right? Ready player 0. Ready player is my queue of things that are ready. This is very non-descriptive. If it's cast magic, what it's going to do is it's going to say, hey, that node is ready to delete. Priority node. Okay, it's going to release it from my priority. Remove it. I think I can get rid of this. And I will write the code within the class to have it free itself from the queue. Erase. Oh, erase? What does erase do versus queue free? Let's check this out. I do think this is going to work now. 217. Ah, yeah, that does make sense, huh? Yes. Man, I do that all the time. I like create a variable, call it something, and then reference the original. It's bad. It's bad. The way my brain works is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna reuse that again. Look at that. All right. Cool. But now I've got this node hanging around. So where does that node get thrown to? It's under particles. I actually don't know where the node is. It's probably floating around. It's probably not in the tree. I don't think, actually, yeah, I don't think I ever put it in the tree. So I think it's just kind of floating around somewhere. Which I don't want because I'm sure it's just memory that gets kind of stuck up. Let me make sure she can't hit me. I'll cast it again. Yeah, it's... You said it is in the tree? Oh, okay. Let's see. So I should have 2 floating out there though now. But I wonder where they are. They could be under my priority tree, maybe. Here they are. Cool. So yeah, now these are just chilling, which makes sense. So what I need to do is on the function. Okay. That's good to know. Okay. That's working great now. Okay, so I've got a couple options. I can have it when this clears. First off, I'm gonna make that better. Attachment node equals. Okay, that's at least a little better. Maybe. Oh, there's a... Cool. So that's good. So essentially what happens, the reason why this is like intent. Yeah. The reason is here I'm grabbing... I'm creating this in that prior scene, right? Like it creates the structure so that I can delete them all with one kind of swoop. That's what's happening here. Because there's other things that are attached to it, like status effects and other things. And I want them all to clear. That way I delete the status effects with the emitters. Okay, let's go to my magic node here then. So when I do this is when I actually, no, I don't want to delete it here. I only want to delete them when they're all done emitting. And the problem is I'm like, if I have 4 cells, I'm going to be spawning 4 of them. So it's when it should clear. Okay, so if I'm thinking logically, it should clear when all of the emitters for an associated spell are cleared. So what I could do is I could cycle through particle, my particle node that's holding these, which is the emitter node here. Let me see what the emitter node is. I go to my magic node. It's not in here. Where's emitter node? That really should be exported, I think. Oh, okay. So that's just its own scene. What does that get attached to? Do I attach node to anything? No, it just kind of floats around. That's not great. Not a huge fan of that. I do have this though. I do have a array. Where's my array at? Open emitters.append instance. Okay, so that's good. Do I attach? Are my emitters tied to my magic at all? Effect particles. Get node effect particles. Okay, yes. Oh, interesting. Okay. Not sure why I'm calling it like that, but all right. Okay, so what I could do is I could cycle through this array, and when the array is clear, because the instances should all go away, if that array is empty, I can then free the spell itself. But in order to do that, I really should create a little package here. Hey, Warmaster. How's it going? Good to see you. I've got some bad frame rate issues, just a warning. So if you're not into choppy frames, you may, you've been warned. You've been warned. Okay, so I could create a little packet here that contains the emitters along with a description of the spell that it is covering. So I might say something like instance description equals instance comma, so just an array of instance comma magic spell. Hey, no problem at all. Yep. I really appreciate it. Great advice, Lunatic. Thanks for hanging out. Always learn so much whenever you're in stream, so thanks for hanging out and providing all of your input. It really has been a huge help for everything we're doing here, so thank you. Okay. Package to link instance to spell. Actually, better than that. Instead of that, hold up. I have this class of spell emitters. I just need to create a property here. var associated spell. And it's going to be of type magic, cast magic. All right. And so would I do this? No, apparently not. We'll figure that out later. Oh, I would do it here. Okay. So that's good. All right. Oh shoot. Is that right? Actually, I just realized something. This is a tree, so spell emitters is a scene here. Okay, that's right. So particle extras, this is where I'm at, but this is not. I should use a class name. Class name emitter collector. I remember doing this now. Oh my goodness, yeah. That's going to be a little bit of a mess. We'll work on that. We'll make it better. So this is an emitter collector. Okay. Now we're really getting somewhere. All right. Cool. So that's going to be an emitter collector. And then I'm going to create that emitter collector. Yeah. And based on those emitters. Okay, now I've got within this script, I want to associate the instances, which are emitter collectors, with spells. So within this emitter collector, I'll have a variable called associated spell, and it'll be a cast magic. Very good. So then what we'll do is here, when I create the node, I'll say instance dot associated spell equals magic spell. Cool. So then the associated spell is magic spell here. And then what I can do is I can have a function up here that's clean. When this is none, my none state could do this. I could have a function that is essentially clean emitters. Function clean nodes. If, what's it called? Open emitters dot size is greater than 0 for emitter in open emitters. If, so for each one, I want to take, let's see, so check spell equals emitter dot associated spell. Okay. And then I want to run through it again. Man, do I really want to iteratively do this twice? I think I do. I mean, logically, right? So what I'm doing here is first I'm going to cycle through, iterate through all of the emitters, and then for emitter, I'm going to go grab a spell out of the first emitter, and then I'm going to check through all of the emitters. If they're all the same spell, then I'm good. Actually, you know what I can do? I can just look at the first one maybe. Because actually they shouldn't be open for long. So emitter 0 dot associated spell, and then so for emitter in open emitters, what I would do is if let's see here. I have to make sure. Okay, so I need another one that is open spells, I guess, right? Well, I guess magic spell is defined. It's passed into emitter. Let's maintain an array of open spells. Yes. Open spells. That's much better. So open emitters and open spells. And so once I get here, what I would do so in spawn emitters, I would say open spells dot append magic spell. Okay, this makes so much more sense. So then what I would do if open spells dot size is greater than 0, I can say for check spell in open spells which go through all my emitters if emitter dot associated spell equals check spell next. I guess break. Does break bring me to the next? Should break me out of this for loop. And then at the end of the for loop, if it gets all the way through the for loop, what I would do is check spell. Check spell.q free. I think that's it. Open sepals. Okay, and then my nun state in my nun pizza with left beef and clean nodes. Let's see if this works. I do feel pretty good about it. Yeah, sorry about the FPS issue here. I'm just start restarting my computer, I guess, before every stream. I'm not sure why it's required. Oh, I guess you do want that. Let's see. All right, it already did not like this. Invalid operand's callable. Open spells. Why is open spells a callable? Should be an array. Interesting. Oh shoot, I see. Makes sense. Man, I'm getting tired. Probably about to call it. I think this is about fixed. Then I'll call it here. Cool. Okay, so we can load. That's a good start. Teleport over here. Oh shoot, okay, that's fine. Let's see what happens. Ooh, it did not like that. Cannot validate to a variable of type earth effect dot GD. Huh. Earth effect. Oh shoot. No, that makes sense. So yeah, no, this is just a spell emitter. I don't actually have hides a global script class. Emitter. Wonder why spell emitter isn't working. Do I have it assigned somewhere? Oh, I have it over in particle extras. This would be a generic emitter, which I'm not really using anymore. But yeah, I see what happened. Ultimately, I just needed to here just not type this instance. Oh, clearing that actually let it go? Interesting. Attempt to call queue free. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So I'm imagining that I did clear this. Let's go ahead and stop this for a second. Let's see real quick. Kind of thinking maybe I added back the queue free here. Nope, I did not add queue free back. So why? Okay, so this cleared it multiple times. Oh shoot, I see. I see. When I clear this, I need to say open spells dot pop front. And I could actually do this dot queue. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Oh no, I should do open spells dot erase check spell. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. Feeling pretty good about this. We're close. And then I gotta get some sleep. I'm tired. Let's see, so we got 1, 2, 3, so she's probably gonna end up there. Let's just come here and cast it. There. Oh man, it's too fast. Okay, so it doesn't like this. Invalid assignment of property or key. Oh shoot, man. I just don't. I need to go. Yeah, I need to definitely add a script to this. I see. I could grab particle extras and do it, but no, I'm just gonna attach a script to this. Spell emitter collector. All right, and we'll say class name emitter collector. Let's see. So for instance, put this back. All right. We're getting there. Try this again. All right, very good. See what happens. Oh man, so close. Interesting, interesting. So it did the same thing here. In loop. Am I spawning emitters twice for the spell? That would be interesting. Shouldn't be. I should only do this once. Effects on state. Nope. You know, I can simplify this quite a bit. Why do I even need this here? Oh, okay, so it's saying I could change this to an or statement. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Fine. Okay. So I am only spawning emitters once unless it's running for some reason. Unless it's running through effects on state twice, which it shouldn't. I mean, right there it should go to the next time. And it shouldn't start clearing anything until... Okay, so here's magic spell. It shouldn't start clearing anything until it's done. Now I have this. I can look and see a couple things. First off, in the priority container, yeah, I don't. They're cleared. So the magic is cleared for sure. Those nodes do not exist. Let me check. Open. Okay, so my open spells is 0, so I don't have any open spells, but I do have open emitters, which is interesting. What are these open emitters? Okay, associated spell is not populated in them. Is that just that one? No. Okay, so interestingly, I am not populating associated spell for some reason. Is it because associated or because magic spell is null? I don't think so. Because when I populate it, if it was null, these would fail. So these are the 3. Yeah, these are the 3 times it gets populated. Yeah, it's in the for loop. Okay. Interesting. And it should only happen... Ah, you know what I need? Here's what I need. I need to hold on saying final cast state. Just yet. At least I shouldn't go... I really shouldn't go to current casting state yet. To none. If active... If... Okay, I'll come back to that. Okay, so final cast state is here. I do need to go back to the none Maj state. Maybe I need a cleanup state. Yes. I think I want a cleanup state. So let's add a cleanup state. Final cast. Clean nodes. And I'll have cleanup state. Function clean node state. Clean nodes. And then in none state, I will not clean nodes. And then here I'll say clean nodes. I'll say if open emitters dot size equals 0 and open actually just if open spells dot size equals 0. Okay, good. And I don't actually have to wait for... Okay, I actually don't have to wait for all of the nodes to... I just realized I don't actually have to wait for this, like all the emitters, because the emitters exist separately from the nodes. I just have to wait for them all to cast first. But how do I tell if they've casted first? Shoot, I think this is way easier than I'm making it. Let's see. Spawn emitters. At the end of spawning emitters, this is where I should say magic spell dot. Wait, first do that and then say magic spell dot queue free. I think that's what I need to do. Is that what I need to do? I think so. Which makes things a whole lot easier. Let's do this. Let's comment this out. Okay, let's try this out. I think this will work. Just realized how simple that is. Let's try it. And then I'm gonna get to sleep. I'm getting pretty tired. Okay, let's get a rod. All right, we're almost done here. Should fix that too. Look at that. So much easier. Why was I making this so hard? That absolutely makes sense. Just after you spawn the emitters, kill it. Okay, I don't know why she's resistant to lightning, but that's okay. That's for a different day. I do want to really quickly, because it's right here, I do want to see if I can not do the animation twice. I'm not sure why I'm doing it twice. Let's see. Do I ever print debug info? Might do this for another day. It shouldn't be complicated. Let's see, active start turn. Huh. That's really weird. Okay, I think I might call it and deal with that later. I don't know why my check 1. Check 2. I see the for loop here. Okay, so I have check 1, check 2, for loop, in for loop. But yeah, I don't see here why I am doing that animation twice. But it could just be something in these states. Where do I transition? Casting. Tax started. Anyway, I'll probably call it. Yeah, because I need to... I think this could be... No, because I would be printing debug info every time, and I'm not. So it is going directly through here. Anyway, I'm just triggering that animation twice. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I'm getting tired. But thanks for hanging out. And I will be streaming again on Friday, likely. And I will reset my computer first.